So I need help with my Cosmere reading order. I know, a shock coming from the guy that lives and breathes the Cosmere, but I have no idea where to go after Rhythm of War. In my Cosmere reading order, I said that I'm going to read Mistborn Era 2 after finishing Rhythm of War, the Stormlight Archive Book 4 by Brandon Sanderson, but now I'm kind of torn, because apparently Mistborn Era 2 and Stormlight Archive Book 5 Wind and Truth happen at pretty much the same time, so there's not really much difference between the two. I had this because I was like, okay, right, it's a good build-up, plus these were published first, it makes most sense, right? But then someone told me that Wind and Truth takes place directly after the events of Rhythm of War, which is something that hasn't really happened in the Cosmere before. Normally we go from like Oathbringer to Rhythm of War, having a year gap in between. Apparently this is straight after. Now I'm kind of torn because I'm like, well, do I just continue with this whilst Rhythm of War and the Stormlight Archive are fresh? Am I going to be missing out on anything by not reading Mistborn Era 2 yet? Or do I just stick with Mistborn Era 2 like I originally planned, and like I said, what I think was the best idea to do? For clarification, this isn't about reading a certain thing. I'm not necessarily wanting to read this because I don't want to read Mistborn Era 2, and I'm not necessarily wanting to read Mistborn Era 2 because I don't want to read this. I genuinely just want to know what will give me the least spoilers. I personally think I am leaning towards reading Mistborn Era 2 after finishing Rhythm of War. I'm about halfway through that, and I figured out that these 4 books are roughly the size of a Stormlight Archive book, so it's essentially like I'm reading another Stormlight Archive book in between, so I feel like I'm not going to get like that disinterested from Stormlight Archive just because I'm reading Mistborn Era 2. But I do still genuinely want your ideas. Let me know, do I read Mistborn Era 2 before I read the Stormlight Archive Book 5 Wind and Truth? In my opinion, I feel like I should because of publication order, and I feel like that would make the most sense. But is there anything I'm missing? Are there any Easter eggs, spoilers, teasers that I'm missing out on by reading Mistborn Era 2 before I finish Wind and Truth? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to like, make sure to follow, and happy goddamn reading.